Hello everyone. Before we start today's video, if you could all do me a solid and lightly tap the like button, perhaps share the video about and leave a comment. If you are not subscribed, subscribe as well. It would greatly help this channel. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, welcome back to a Megon 2 Electric Boogaloo. Today I'd like to talk about something that was doing its rounds on Twitter that lends further credence to the idea that there are too many trends on TikTok that really need to find their way to extinction. The kind that lend credence to the idea that natural selection really is thinning out the herd, by having the idiots take center stage for a while so we can all point and laugh at them. They can then pretend that we have just shamed them. Oh no! What are we going to do? When in reality, the supposed shamed individual is busy gulping down a bowl of Ben & Jerry's, not paying attention to the fact that one of those fish food-shaped objects has now got stuck in their lungs, as is only right with natural selection. If you'd like a rough idea about the kind of trends on TikTok that need to find their way to extinction, I highly recommend the last video I did on my main channel, which has since been re-uploaded here, concerning pink sauce, which I thought was Dulux paint. Others had suggested Pepto-Bismol. It's not really a thing over here, Pepto-Bismol, so I never really thought about it as an option. But I do appreciate the constructive feedback and alternatives. Within that video, a TikToker had created this pink sauce that had not been approved by the FDA and went on to sell it over TikTok for $20 a bottle. You really shouldn't be doing that. It needs to be approved first. But I could be wrong, of course. That particular instance had garnered enough attention that yes, there were many articles covering it. You have others where people were choking themselves as part of a trend, but this particular trend does in fact predate TikTok. What astonishes me today is the one we're now going to look at is something I would have expected from the bedroom feminists during the feminist anti-feminist era. The anti-SJW, the SJW, the skeptic clones. Oh god, them and their animal avatars in suits. How cringy. But somehow this has found its way to the surface as another one of these really dumb ideas. Yet it is being considered a trend. Courtesy of BuzzFeed, another outlet I thought had died along with Gawker many years ago. So Hannah Clark on Twitter being the first one I saw covering this. BuzzFeed isn't based enough to say gross women. If you need context, there's a video underneath. Melly has done a video on this. My view on this, just from the image alone, ew. But the title of it is, People with Vaginas are sharing their experiences with vabbing, and we must discuss this right now. People with vaginas is a rather unique way of phrasing it, and that's because some have gone down a path where they refuse to identify what a woman is. During the feminist and anti-feminist time, 2015-2017, what is a woman, what is not a woman, the toxic masculinity were all center stage as arguments. The point of women's rights and equality were very, very important during those times. Now though, it seems to be less about identifying women as women, which is strange because we still hear toxic masculinity every other day. But what is a woman, apparently, is no longer as important an identifier, which means surely by extension their identity has been taken back or set back a number of years. But I feel like it might well lead down a semantics argument for another day. Do tell me what you think in the comments. Drive up that engagement after all. Written by Jen Adams. Vabbing, a mix of the words vagina and dabbing, is trending on TikTok right now. And yes, it is as wild as it sounds. Now I in my head thought vagina and then dab, not the actual meaning of dab, the cringy arm thing. Yeah, that gesture. I don't know how to describe it. I'm getting old, alright. Not as old as Death Noodles, but I'm getting old anyway. Underneath that statement is a picture of Julia Senna, with the caption vabbing at the gym for the first time. I never understood this need to take photos of oneself at the gym. If you take a photo of yourself and you're not perspiring, you're failing. If you feel the need to take a smiling photo, peace sign and all that jazz, chances are, with the flash on, you haven't really made much of an effort. When I go to the gym, my point of being there is to work out, not to pose for a camera shot. So what is vabbing? Consider this now your trigger warning, because this part is about to get really grim. As you can probably guess by the name, vabbing is the practice of dabbing your vaginal secretions on the parts of your body where you'd normally apply perfume. It's supposedly a way to attract a mate, because personality and looks don't do it anymore. Who cares about the superficial things like what goes on in your brain? No. Or whether you can make someone laugh, please. That's so Raven, and not worthy of Chad territory. Therefore, what you must do is take 2 fingers and apply where necessary. Oh dear, I'm struggling to say this with a straight face, because underneath is an image. Well, there's certainly something. Thank you for that. Yes. Continuing on, the so-called logic behind the phenomenon is this. Vaginal secretions contain pheromones, which are reported to play a huge role in mating for animals. But if you care so much about that aspect, what are you trying to do? Find the soulmate, the only one that can really smell you. Have you considered a bath? Perhaps, I don't know, not fingering yourself as much? Can you imagine that? You see a guy you like, or a girl. Maybe they see you too, and your first response is to take your hand or hands, place them in your undergarments, yes, and rummage around with your ball sack, or, oh, I can't say it, and apply where necessary. You go up to them, and much like a dog when they check out another dog, you go and sniff. You don't go over and say hi. No, we're above that shit. You go over there and you just go, no. Oh, try saying that with a straight face. Because who cares about conversation? We're going back to the Dark Ages, everyone, where the only thing that matters in attracting a mate isn't how you think or what you do for a living, perhaps how much money you have. No. Looks and personality are out. No. They're gone. Extinct. Instead, we're going to replace it with pheromones, which you can buy sprayable ones anyway, if you care that much. Have you considered just getting one of Gwyneth Paltrow's vaginal candles and just dripping yourself in that particular candle's wax? You might find it slightly more beneficial, perhaps even rewarding. And also when you peel it off, it might pull some of the blackheads out. You never know. Now, as you go further down the article, despite the lack of scientific research around the topic, many women are now openly attesting to the power of vabbing. I like that you use women there though. On TikTok, many people have now posted about their experiences with vabbing, including Julia Senna. In one clip that now has 3.9 million views, she says, "I don't know who needs to hear this, but vabbing works." I could make so many really crass jokes right now about why it worked for you, but I'm not going to do that because I'm better than that. Ish.